Oceania Cruises, most known for its exceptional fine dining, is at it again with its latest Oceania Allura, and even its entertainment is improving.
You're watching our full deck-by-deck tour and review of the magnificent vessel on Jason and Heidi's Popular Cruising, the only channel that's been on 250-plus cruises. So let's start up high on deck 16 and work our way down. First, from the golf putting greens and paddle tennis court, where cornhole is also available.
Admittedly, it has been some time since I last picked up a club on a shoreside golf course, but I was tempted to try my hand out at some of the nice mini holes here. However, it was just too hot in the Mediterranean during my sailing to do so. So I applaud those who are enjoying the sports offerings nonetheless, even at table tennis overlooking the equally welcoming pool.
Down on deck 15, wrapping around the ship's funnel, is where passengers can find croquet and bocce ball, as well as traditional shuffleboard and a fitness track. It's also worth pointing out that all of these outdoor sports are freely available to guests on board, and as usual, we'll point out those venues and activities that cost extra by comparison. And we do promise we will soon showcase the pool, as it happens to be one of our favorite features on this class of ship.
Speaking of extra cost venues, as you would expect, the Aquamar Spa and Vitality Center is one that charges for its treatments and facilities. But the attached fitness center is a section that is included, where premium techno gym equipment is available with expansive views to the outside. An emotion studio is also on hand for spinning classes and more.
Those same great vistas are still just off in the near distance from the spa's additional paid salon and barbershop for when you need a full haircut, trim, or of course pedicures and manicures. And a central relaxation area is where patrons can settle in before a large variety of other body treatments. From advanced Medi-Spa style ones to your more typical massages, and more for individuals or couples to enjoy together, although I always joke whether or not spending time together as a couple is particularly worthwhile when face down on a table when you can't exactly talk to each other anyways.
Well, in either case, separate men's and women's changing rooms are also on hand with respective experience showers and steam rooms, where I was able to capture a rare clean shot without fogging up my camera this time around, as well as dry saunas. And just outside at the very front of the ship are the outdoor thermal suite offerings, which happen to be included for those in concierge level accommodations and above. These are sure some of the nicest places to be on board Allura, especially with their dedicated whirlpools, and a partially shaded jetted hydrotherapy pool. Then on deck 14 is the first of the ship's great padded loungers and sun deck that skirts said pool deck. While my wife and I weren't able to sail together on Allura, we thoroughly enjoyed doing daily crossword puzzles from shaded equivalents downstairs, back when we were on sister ship Vista.
Yes, I would very much like to do that again, as well as head to the Culinary Center for an interactive cooking class together. Courses here do cost extra, but are a lot of fun as you experienced, and an adjacent dining space further enhances the venue with even more demonstration stations as needed. But it's that main kitchen with quite a view once more that really takes the cake. It was at the Passport to Greece class that you made a sort of Greek meze assortment, as enthusiastically taught by one of Oceania's talented chef instructors, who, along with the support staff, took care of all the time-consuming prep work beforehand. And let's face it, that's really the best part of these streamlined classes, because without it, they would be considerably longer in duration.
And my patience is better spent on easily mixing the ingredients, and then dousing them with a hefty glug of olive oil, no less. Not to mention then eating my creation immediately thereafter.
I'm not a huge fan of eggplant, but I must admit that looks really tasty. And it was only one part of a whole meal that you made in the afternoon, further extending to a Corfu pasticcio. After blending the ground meat of lamb, pork, and veal with a tomato sauce, the final step was to add in a pasta and pack it all in a ramekin. Last topped off with a creamy bechamel and feta cheese crumbles before baking.
And as anticipated, it was another delicious course before finishing with a final dessert of Rhodes yogurt. But an even sweeter send-off would be if you would please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to be notified of all our latest videos if you haven't already done so. Also on deck 14, down this corridor off the Culinary Center, is the Horizons Observation Lounge, which will forever be my favorite shipboard venue for simply gazing upon the destination in all directions.
But one oddity here remains the setting up for tea time unusually early, making it less inviting for hours beforehand.
Once the bar opens for extra cost drinks though, any prematurely placed linens are mostly forgiven. Architecturally eagle-eyed cruisers like yours truly might also notice that a tucked out of the way corner of bonus seating we really enjoyed here on Vista is no longer on Allura, but it's only a subtle difference really. More detrimental and always crashing the party is the adjacent smoking lounge, which at least mostly contains its carcinogenic fumes behind glass, but would still be space much better utilized as an extension of the smoke-free library next door. Since Vista, the reading room was relocated to this position formerly occupied by a conference room to make way for a new creperie we'll soon visit. But until then, I'll just be right here at the faux fireplace, reading this cool ship book about maritime adventure.
While he's there for a moment, next down the line is the repeated LYNC Digital Center, which can now also serve a bit as a conference room as needed for events beyond its usual computer classes and the like. Or, if included art classes are more your speed, the Artist Loft is where you'll want to head instead. It's a fun, chic space, perfect for putting paint to paper, but it's actually one neither of us have personally experienced before, so maybe next time. Actually, while Jason is reading his book, I think I'll just be here at Allura's new creperie where the library used to be on Vista. But what should I order?
Well, I can definitely offer some suggestions, from crepes themselves to even bubble waffles. And with so many toppings to go around, there are plenty of customizations that can be made. But I always gravitate towards those with banana and whipped cream. Making for the banoffee French crepe I first tried, but the soft serve filled Very Good bubble waffle was also an excellent choice. Besides the included crepes and waffles, even gourmet coffees are freely available from Baristas. And sticking to a theme here, the ice cream like crema is my go-to Java for both a pick-me-up and a means to cool off. And the whole contiguous set of venues, concluding with the ship's signature included bakery, is even further tied together with a convenient pass-through hallway. To easily access even more snacks throughout the day, but especially the baked goods being crafted right on the spot. From delicious fresh croissants to daily quiches. One day I thoroughly enjoyed this leek quiche, washed down with a double espresso.
But now it's time to explore Allura's specialty restaurants such as Toscana. Mind you, unlike on other lines, even these are fully included, only requiring reservations be made ahead of time. And once you do, an entire array of olive oils and vinegars will be presented to only improve the already amazing bread service. Not to mention tasty courses like these my husband enjoyed on board. Oh, and if you can't decide on which pasta to try, the Trio Toscana plates 3 of them as a delightful sampler.
And while my veal entree was great, it was enough to fill me up beyond a need for a dessert that night. Nestled between Toscana and Polo Grill is Privee, the only venue to charge extra for the private room itself and not the food. That is unless paying for the line's premium wine pairing meals, which we highly recommend splurging on based on the exceptional culinary experience we had on Vista that you can watch at the link here before passing through Polo Grill. The steakhouse was the only one I did not have a chance to dine at during Allura's preview sailing, but I can assure you that it too is another worth reserving on a full voyage. Meanwhile, down on deck 12, past a beautiful array of tile mosaics, is also Allura's included elevated buffet at the Terrace Cafe. The selection here is always pretty impressive, but it's during highlighted chef's market dinners that it truly shines, and is most worthy of its marvelous al fresco seating, as was the case during the Italian one, during our sailing complete with a fresh burrata station, wide antipasti selection, bruschetta and other salads, octopus carpaccio, and a further abundance of breads. Even before getting to more calzones, a carving station, pasta bar with multiple sauces and an equally expansive choice of desserts. But it was the burrata and tomato station that I had to return to make multiple caprese salads on a single plate, which altogether made for a refreshing flavor explosion. Also not to be forgotten poolside is the Waves Grill, where gourmet hamburgers even extend to a surf and turf option, and at night artisanal pizzas are available. But my favorite here is consistently the mahi mahi burrito.
Or sticking to such healthier options, the Aquamar Kitchen on the other side is a great included alternative. Besides a small indoor section where the food is prepared, outdoor seating again flanks the scenic windows. Here my husband enjoyed a pure immunity juice with orange, lime, ginger, turmeric, and cayenne pepper, as well as a traditional tuna poke bowl. But of course, no pool deck would be complete without a poolside watering hole, and the extra cost Waves bar serves that very purpose. And it's these shaded alcoves to the side where we most took advantage of aforementioned padded loungers for our daily crosswords on sister ship Vista. And yes, finally to the pool itself, which is easily one of the most beautifully designed on a cruise ship. From its lush landscaping and resort-style tile work to even more shaded loungers right at the water. These do not even cost any more and are simply first come, first served. Besides the central pool, we always enjoy the whirlpools that further dot the deck for the best in rest and relaxation while on an Oceania cruise. Oh man, I really wish we were there right now, in fact.
But until that next time, let me share the Deck 10 private accommodations I had on Allura. My concierge level veranda stateroom welcomed both me and my teddy bear friends from the very start, with a design that copied what was already perfect on Vista. In particular, comfy furnishings, and a plush teddy bear approved bed, with a clear view of a large flat panel television for watching its free on-demand library of movies, television shows and more, and the vanity desk was outfitted with several drawers for storage, as well as electrical outlets, and multiple USB-A and USB-C charging ports, which best of all, according to my teddy bear friends once more, were repeated again at both nightstands, each with 3 additional drawers, plus 1 US electrical outlet and 2 USB-C ports, one of which is a very helpful fast charge variety. And then off to the side is Oceania's usual minibar area, complete with daily stocked refrigerator, serving counter, and another cabinet with shelves and the room safe. The singular closet is the only thing that is surprisingly small compared to the rest, but there is no shortage of hanging hooks in the bedroom and bathroom alike, where thankfully there are even more cabinet shelves and drawers to go around. And the bathroom overall is well laid out for spacing around the toilet and sink, newly featuring lovely Aquamar branded toiletries that extend into the shower as well. Speaking of which, the spacious shower itself is a particular bathroom highlight, given its larger than average square footprint that is easy to navigate while bathing. And I do love an oversized rain shower head, which nicely is an addition to a handheld one as well. I only wish the fixtures were premium, Hans Grohe ones versus lesser Grohe varieties, but that's just a personal nitpick among even more handy hooks, and the bathroom's unbelievably soft and fluffy towels.
It's so fluffy! Yeah!
Yeah, indeed. And that's all before even getting to the well-furnished balcony, where I enjoyed marvelous views of not only our embarkation port of Trieste, Italy, but also beautifully departing Kotor, Montenegro. When you're ready to book your own Oceania Allura cruise, we recommend doing so through our sponsor, Fairy Godmother Travel, who will magically take care of all your trip planning absolutely for free. To get your complimentary quote, just click the link right here, or follow the website, phone number, or email address below.
As we descend in the elegant glass-enclosed elevators, there's still much more to be explored on Deck 6. Displaying a timeless Art Deco aesthetic is the Great Martinis bar for extra cost libations. Not only are martinis themselves highlights here, but so too is live tickling of the ivories, on a stellar Steinway & Sons piano no less. And the Art Deco style only continues from there into the adjacent casino space, where a randomly placed jigsaw puzzle can be contributed on by passing guests just outside. Or inside, several table games and slot machines are available to see if Lady Luck is on your side. And walking a bit farther is where the casino bar, known as the Founder's Bar, mixes up the ship's fanciest bespoke cocktails. So I do believe this is where I would be nightly. Since Vista, one significant improvement here on Allura is that a pass-through corridor has been added like at Baristas above to allow the drink service to much more seamlessly extend to the Grand Lounge on the opposite side. Besides paying for any drinks from the newly attached bar, this included lounge is still a great place to relax in before or after meals at the ship's grand dining room. Really, the only complaint we have is that when the otherwise talented string quartet plays here, it can make for some pedestrian congestion. Said grand dining room is the ship's included main restaurant that is available with open seating and without the need for reservations, and it continues to be one of the most beautiful dining venues at sea. And the food here, even if not quite as elevated as at the other specialty restaurants, is still quite excellent, including these tasty dishes my husband tried. This gochujang one in particular he just raved about, and only the clam chowder he considered to be uninspired and not especially creamy. But the entrees raised the bar again, from his grilled swordfish to the table's shared Indian curry before dessert. And I do always love a chocolate brownie, so next time please bring some home for me. Descending by foot to deck 5 can be done with the greatest flair at the stylish central atrium and reception area, which again is another fine example of Allura's outstanding interior design and architectural choices, given the chandelier serves as much as an illuminated statue as it does simply a light source. And naturally, it's off these stairs that the reception desk itself is also positioned for guest relations, as well as the destination services one for booking shore excursions.
Forward of it all is the namesake Allura Lounge, where the ship's included live productions are performed. And the stage shows have definitely improved since Vista, in my opinion. Our World, for one, is a neat global showcase of the music and dance of international countries, from Argentina and France to Japan and India. Between its meticulous costuming and talented dancers, as well as ace vocalists, I was pleasantly surprised by Oceania's enhanced production value since Vista's lackluster offerings. And I particularly enjoyed the show's creative mashups, such as Bamboleo and Volare, plus Desert Rose and Jai Ho. The audience really got into it all too, and even awarded the performance with a standing ovation at its conclusion. Broadway, a documentary and concert, was also a solid performance. And I really like the educational format that underlined historical stagecraft over the years. But I honestly could have done without the reference to its closure during the pandemic, a reminder none of us want or need. Much preferred were instead hearty renditions of Master of the House from Les Mis, or even more contemporary pieces from the likes of Dear Evan Hansen, altogether impressing me with a super lineup.
But should you need any additional concierge services or boutiques to do some shopping, those can also be found off of the atrium. A variety from 3 total shops present everything in the way of logo items, clothing and accessories to prized timepieces, jewelry, and designer bags. And Red Ginger has returned to treat diners with delicious Pan-Asian specialty dinners. All new here, though, are fresh Nikkei menu items that blend Japanese and Peruvian flavors. But not to worry, because plenty of original favorites are still available to order for the table. It's just that you should really try several of these scrumptious new ones as well. The Causa Cevichera and chicken anticuchos were easily Jason's favorites of the night. And given how much he loves the miso cod here, he was eager to try what he thought would be a scallop equivalent from the Nikkei offerings, but he honestly found it to be a bit bland. So in some cases, it may be best to stick to the tried and true entrees.
The one I'm happiest to see back on Oceania is Jacques. Ember here on Vista was good, but the French specialty restaurant named after the line's founding executive culinary director is even better as a replacement on Allura, and its specialty included dinners have returned accordingly, as well as extra cost wine pairing meals that are available for premium lunches. And the amazing bread service as described in the movie Ratatouille is part of that.
How do you tell a good bread is without tasting it? Not the smell, not the look, but the sound of the crust. Listen.
And other favorite dinner dishes of mine on the cruise were deviled eggs, but I could have used some more caviar. And new to tableside preparation is a classic beef tartare that was tasty and toothsome. But my go-to entree here is always the impeccable lobster thermidor, presented with a side of equally perfect mashed potatoes. And I can definitely see why this is Jacques' favorite apple tart, as it is now also one of mine. As for said extra cost but well worthwhile wine pairing midday meals, we were some of the first ever to enjoy the brand new Gerard Bertrand food and wine pairing lunch. And its 6 courses were all delightful, like this unique riced calamari, as well as so many other delicious dishes. After a richly sauced short rib, this sort of interesting soil of vegetables and cheese spread was a great accompaniment to even more French bread. And that was all before one final sweet dessert. Concluding as we do with our final pros and cons, what we disliked as pains in the aft are surprisingly small cabin closets, unfortunate smoking lounge and early tea time setup, and musical congestion in the Grand Lounge. But what we most liked and can take a bow are otherwise improved entertainment overall, still exceptional spa and pool decks, and the return of Jacques and more fine dining. Thanks so much for watching. If you would, as it really does help support us, please like this video with a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And why not watch some of our other ones while you're at it?